This will be the first of many videos coming up on our 2024 road trip to Milwaukee and Wisconsin, Indiana, Upper Michigan. We are living our adventure and bringing you along for the ride. Many of you may not know, but I grew up in Milwaukee. I lived there the first 38 years of my life, and I brought Howard. This is his third or fourth time, and this time we're just going for a wedding and a couple parties, and we're going to have an incredible time. Lots of churches, lots of bars. I hope you enjoy this tour through Milwaukee. Downtown Milwaukee from the freeway. Don't forget, if you like our videos, please subscribe, ring that bell, and give it a thumbs up. Milwaukee is situated on the west side of Lake Michigan. You can see it in the background here. This is the Milwaukee Stadium where the Brewers play baseball. Our first day, we went to the Honeyberry Pancake Cafe. It was so wonderful. Lox and bagels. Look at all those capers. And Howard, of course, had his pancakes. And my friend Marge had an omelet. Yum. Then we drove to the art museum, and it was the Lakefront Art Festival. My brother in the south of France, he used to do this festival for the first 5 or 6 years it existed, and won many awards there in the past. That used to be the first building. That was the skyscraper. There we are. The Lakefront Art Festival today. In the back you see the Summerfest grounds. And this structure was not there when I had lived here. It was built by the same architect that built the Opera House in Sydney, Australia. Very unique, and those wings go up and down. There's the old art museum. The Milwaukee Art Museum has a very dramatic entrance into the exhibits. It's on both sides. Sections on gold. I swear our church growing up had both of these last two items. Glass. Ancient pottery. And lots of paintings from famous artists in the Renaissance period. Then we went outside to the Milwaukee Art Festival, which was going on. We drove 2,000 miles to see a booth from Palm Harbor, Florida, our hometown. This artist was at the festival. We talked to them for quite a bit. This piece we wanted to buy, and when we came back later on, it was gone. Marge and I having a brew. What a gorgeous day to enjoy the Lakefront Festival of the Arts. Right on Lake Michigan, such a great setting.
This is Bradford Beach on Lake Michigan. It's a pretty good sized beach. There's some swimming, although the water is a little bit on the cool side. And a lot of volleyball nets. They do lots of volleyball tournaments here. It does have restrooms, which is nice to have on the beach, as well as a place to get some drinks and a snack to eat.
While Howard was metal detecting on Bradford Beach, Marge and I took a drive around on the lakefront area. That was the infamous water tower. This is the house where my sister used to live. It was built in the 1800s, and several of these other houses are also built in the 1800s. What history! Beautiful. And English tutors seem to be quite a few of them around the east side area. This particular one coming up, I had lived there for about 7 years. It's on Downer Avenue. And this is the park that was about a block and a half away. I did my yoga in there, my meditation. Just beautiful. I also lived in this house in the 80s. I wish I lived in this house. This is how the other people live. And here is the lighthouse. Beautiful parks all around.
A short walk from where we were staying in Milwaukee, there was a park that we walked every evening, and we always had at least 1 to 3 or 4 deer that would come out. This particular deer was out every evening.
The deer in Milwaukee are quite larger than ours in Florida.
One of my favorite visits we had was Sprecher Brewery. They have some of my favorite beers. We did bring back a case of Maibach and Amber beer, which is absolutely delicious. And while there, we did the tour and got to sample all the beers. And you also had as much soda. If you want to drink soda, they have really nice sodas there. Here I am with my Maibach. And here's some of the taps that we had to choose from. And this is our tour guide talking to us before our tour. The tour was very informative. Wasn't that long, probably 15 minutes or so. And we really enjoyed it. The day at Sprecher's happened to be Father's Day. And after the tour, we got to try some of their food, which included a giant soft pretzel.
Besides beer, Wisconsin is known as the dairy state, so we had to try out our custards around Milwaukee area. First was Kopp's. This was our favorite, and they were around since 1950. And Marge's favorite is Oscar's. We also tried Culver's. Gillies was in Milwaukee since 1938, a high school hangout for me. Leon's has been around since 1929, and this was Susan's favorite. You can see some of the historical storefronts that they had over the years. We took a tour of the Milwaukee County Zoo. My friend Marge works there, and she knew several of the people and some of the back routes around the zoo. It was a pleasure to see these gorgeous animals outside of our Florida environment. The penguins are always entertaining to watch. As well as the monkeys, they were having such a good time playing with each other. It was fun watching. Watch this. Woo! The grizzly bear came by to say hi to us. Such a treat. It was refreshing to go back and see all the memories of all the places that I've been to over the 80s and 90s. The Oriental Theater, Bob Fischer's, Hooligans, Von Trier's. It brought back a lot of good memories. Our friend Susan took us to the Milwaukee Public Market. It was in the 3rd Ward area, and it was a lot of vendors. We bought some of the balsamic vinegar there, some cheeses, a few other things. It was really cool walking around, eating lunch, and getting to enjoy the different vendors. Huge deli, lots of meat and cheeses. Sauces, barbecue rubs, of course an oyster bar, and a seafood market. Next we walked around the Milwaukee River, and it started to rain, but we still enjoyed ourselves. We went down the boardwalk and found a really cool restaurant to have our lunch. It was well known for tequilas. I can't remember how many tequilas they said that they had in this bar, but it was quite a display. And the food was good too. It's called the Blue Bat. Susan also took us to Grant Park, and we went on the trail, the 7 Bridges. Came upon a beach. This is a rather strange phenomenon for the Milwaukee area. We have clouds meeting the horizon and fog making the two pretty much blended together. You can't even see where the sailboats are, but they are out there.
This is what heaven is like.
Yeah, this is what heaven's like. While Susan and I were hiking, Howard was able to get out his metal detector and metal detect that beach. It is over where we used to go do all those years of sailing. Susan and I and the sailing club at UWM back in the day, and this was our playground. It's a beautiful day in Milwaukee, and I'm out sailing with Susan. She's got a Yingling, and there we are. Woo! Nice. This smile says it all. Susan's friend Alvarez came out on his dinghy to take this shot. There's a few taller buildings here since I lived here. It's nice to see that Milwaukee is growing and prospering. Alvarez also loaned us his kayaks, and we went and paddled and pedaled. It's a pedal kayak out to the Summerfest grounds, and it started raining. Please subscribe, ring that bell, and give it a thumbs up.